Welcome back to Football Daily, and yes, it's that time of the week again where we discuss all the biggest transfer rumours. With only a couple of months left this season and a few clubs effectively having nothing to play for, the transfer circus is starting to roll back into town. If you hear anything yourself though, remember to tweet me at DoogieFFTD or stick it down in the comments below. Here we go. And we start with the club whose season ended in the most dramatic fashion. Dumped out of every competition and forced to bring Zinedine Zidane back, Real Madrid are, as you'd expect, already planning this summer of transfers. And the name now emerging at the top of the Frenchman's list is Liverpool forward Sadio Mane. Marca is reporting that a £73 million bid is in the works. But with the Senegalese international having 4 more years left on this deal, it is thought that it would take a far bigger figure for the Reds to even consider responding to the offer. Mane is Liverpool's top scorer this season with 20 goals and netted against Real in the Champions League final at the end of last campaign. And the reason behind Los Blancos stepping up their pursuit of Mane is the revelation by Chelsea's Andreas Christensen that Blues players will not be allowed to leave the club permanently this summer if their transfer ban is upheld. This casts doubt on the future of Eden Hazard, a long-time favourite of Zidane's, but the Belgian may now be forced by the West London side to see out his contract. And if you want to commit to a long-term deal with us, just hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date with everything we do. Staying at the Bernabeu, numerous reports have stated that Operation Mbappe was go, with Florentino Perez ready to sanction a world record €280 million bid for the 20-year-old generational talent. Still looking to fill the void left by CR7, Mbappe has scored 34 goals in all competitions in 18-19, with only Messi finding the net more, and seems the perfect replacement. However, the buzz this rumour has caused was quickly swatted away by insiders at Real Madrid. Apparently Zidane wants to fully evaluate his new squad, even though not much has really changed in 10 months, before settling on the ins and outs at the Bernabeu. And PSG's other mercurial genius also looks set to stay at the Parc des Princes. Following Le Parisiens' defeat to Man United in the Champions League round of 16, the belief was that Neymar wanted out of the French capital. However, his father, Neymar Sr., who also acts as his agent, has revealed the 27-year-old is in discussions with the club about extending his current contract. He said, "The probability of him going is not very high. He has 3 years left on this contract and we are already talking about a renewal with PSG." On the edge of reaching his peak now, though, you'd have to wonder if another year of European failure under the Qatari-run club could force his hand regardless. But as always, PSG looks set to strengthen, and the position that has raised the most questions this season is central midfield. And the player identified to plug the gap is Ander Herrera. That's right, the 29-year-old is out of contract this summer, and Tuchel has identified the Spaniard as much-needed reinforcement. Man United and Herrera have been holding contract talks for the best part of a year, but to no avail. And PSG see him as a cheap stopgap as they explore more lucrative options. Herrera himself says it is logical clubs are moving for him, as apparently Arsenal has also entered the race to sign him. However, with Herrera wanting to double his current £80,000 per week wages, there's surely only one outcome here. But we want to know from you, if you were Herrera, who would you want to join, PSG or Arsenal? Vote in the poll above. Herrera, though, isn't the only person at Old Trafford with his future undecided. However, it could be as early as this week that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is finally confirmed as permanent Man United manager. The Norwegian won his first 8 games in charge and masterminded a comeback victory against PSG to progress to the Champions League quarter-finals. A number of players have come out in his support, most recently Nemanja Matic, who also stressed the importance of his backroom team. "I think he is a great manager," he said, "but you also have to say Mike Phelan, Michael Carrick and Kieran McKenna work very well together. I hope they stay." But what do you think? Should Ole be given the permanent job? Vote in the poll above. And with Thiago Silva now 34 and firmly in the twilight of his career, PSG are looking for that star centre-back to lead the line for years to come, and they might have just found their man. Real Madrid's Raphael Varane. The French international turns 26 next month and has made 31 starts for Los Blancos so far this campaign. The CRES values Varane, who moved to Madrid from Lens for €10 million as an 18-year-old at $66 million. And since then he's established himself as one of the world's best centre-backs, winning 3 Champions Leagues in a row and of course that World Cup win. Juventus and Man United have also registered their interest in Varane, but with the centre-back having 3 years left on his current deal and a release clause of €500 million, it looks likely he'll be staying put as a key part of Zidane's rebuild. But the Red Devils could have their eye on another one of France's World Cup winning defenders, with Samuel MTT on the radar of the United boardroom. The 25-year-old has seen his value sharply decrease after a recurring knee injury has limited him to just 9 starts so far this campaign. This is, however, contingent on Barcelona adding the Dutch prodigy Matthijs de Ligt to their ranks. Ajax want the buying club, whoever that may be, to match what the Blaugrana paid for Frankie de Jong, a total of about €85 million. And the only way Barca can sign their long-term successor to Gerard Piqué is by selling first, and it's MTT's head on the line. Of course, the biggest concern for Man United will be his fitness, but the former Lyon man has played 90 minutes a handful of times since his return from injury just over a month ago, including both games for France in the international break. Valverde and Solskjaer will see their sides battle it out for a place in the Champions League semi-finals in a couple of weeks. There may not be a better time to see if MTT is worth the €60 million plus that will be demanded of him. Meanwhile, there is a battle in North London over the future of another Ajax talent. Nicolas Tagliafico may be slightly older at 26, but has still been getting plaudits for his performances in the Champions League this season. And at just €15 million, the Argentine left-back can be considered a bargain in today's inflated market. With Monreal in his mid-30s and question over Kolasinac's defensive abilities, Arsenal could use someone like Tagliafico, who makes 4.4 tackles and interceptions in the Eredivisie, and 5.9 in the Champions League. As for Spurs, there has been concern for Danny Rose's long-term fitness, whilst Ben Davies hasn't been performing at his usual exceptional standards. Either way, it looks like Tagliafico is London bound. Who would you join though? Let us know in the comments below. For our final story, we shift focus from one left-back on his way to the Prem to one on his way out, Alberto Moreno. It's been an open secret that the Spaniard is on his way out of Anfield when his contract expires at the end of this season, having made just 2 league appearances all campaign. But where the Liverpool player looks to be going is the surprise here. He is apparently close to signing on the dotted line for Barcelona. Now, obviously Jordi Alba is the starter at the Camp Nou, but the Blaugrana don't have a recognised understudy for the 30-year-old. And with Barca looking to spend big on de Ligt, as we've already mentioned, Moreno is a cheap, homegrown, and at 26, surprisingly young replacement. Doesn't make it any less bizarre though. So that was transfer talk for another week. What did you guys think of the story? Surely Alberto Moreno can't find his way to Barcelona. Let me know what you guys thought as usual in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.